Welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and I'm going to teach you how. This week I froze avocados to put them in my smoothie.
Oh.
So I sliced them down the middle, got the little pit out. Sorry for that sound effect.
That was bad.
And then I just sort of froze them because I saw it at Moon Juice, a very fancy LA ass place.
Yes.
And I thought that was cool. So I made a smoothie out of it.
I thought you were going to say you made ice cream with it.
No, because that's like, I guess, the vegan way to go for ice cream. I'm joined by freelance sidekick Kelsey Darragh. Kelsey.
I'll be talking about that in therapy later.
What, freelance sidekick?
That's the perfect way
Yeah.
to describe what I do.
There you go.
Thank you for that.
You know, it's funny because that's not a dig at you. That's what I call everybody who is like a friend of the show who comes in and answers calls.
Oh no, I took that so deeply personally. So deeply personally, because like think about it.
Yeah. Of the things I know that you do, that's pretty much what you do.
Yeah, but the things you don't know that I do.
Oh my God. Anyway, Kelsey Darragh, welcome to the show. Kelsey is a writer, a comedian, the most edited guest of other shows that I produce.
Absolutely.
Kelsey, how you doing?
I'm so fucking excited to be here.
Really?
Yeah, because I think you're pretty funny.
I think you're pretty funny too.
Okay. All right. This wasn't a competition.
Say less. And obviously, you know, we didn't really work together at BuzzFeed, but we were there at the same time. I think we did one shoot together. I don't remember what it was, but you were nice.
Well, that's good to hear. I have this like deep inner fear that I'm a cunt, and everyone talks about how big of a cunt I am.
No.
Can I say cunt?
Sure.
All right.
There's you can say whatever you want.
Do you want to know how I described you today to someone I was with this morning when I was like, I got to go do this podcast later? I go, he's one of those tall, nice, funny white guys that you're pissed is funny. That you're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You got the height. You got the gig. You got the white. Go fuck off.
No, I know. And I think that, that's obviously true.
Yeah.
I do sort of have that vibe. Although I feel I have a little bit behind the eye. I don't know how much you know about me. We haven't really hung out outside of the office ever.
And I totally would, but I need you to tell me your deepest traumas like 3 minutes into our conversation outside of the office. Because I can't just fucking pretend like I care about small talk with you.
Yeah. You don't want to hear about the weather.
Sure don't.
You want to hear about like the time I was shoved in 8th grade by a bully.
Something shoved up you.
No.
Preferably.
Jesus.
Okay.
Always trying to weasel in a little upness. Always trying.
Holes are made to be filled.
Nice. Well, we are doing, after we do this show, we're going to do your podcast.
Yes, we are.
So if you want to hear more of my deepest, darkest secrets.
Yes, you do.
I would imagine that I'll be revealing them on your show, Confidently Insecure.
Thank you. And yes, correct.
Come
on over.
Kelsey, I wanted to have you on the show today because I actually feel like you have great advice that is wholeheartedly opposite of advice that I might be giving on the show.
Yes, I would say you and I have differing opinions on most things.
You think most?
But I think we both have good hearts.
Yeah.
It's just how we get there. Our different journeys, you know?
Yeah.
I'm driving a fucking Camaro covered in lube off the side of a mountain, and you're in a Prius.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to have you on because I feel like you know a lot about stuff that I don't have any idea about, really.
I've lived.
And I wanted to say before we get into the calls, because the people are calling and they have questions and they need to solve. Have you listened to the show? That's right. And so
I watched your Instagram clips on it.
To
be honest, I didn't know you had a new podcast, which is on you.
That's on me?
That's on you not whoring out enough.
You're following the gram, baby.
I follow the gram.
Look, have you heard the Robert De Niro thing?
No.
He was doing a thing for the Tribeca Film Festival, and it's like there's like a behind the scenes clip, and he's like, "Come on down to the Tribeca Film Festival." He's being very relaxed,
Yeah.
and the director's like, "Come on, hey Bob, can we just like do it a little more enthusiastic?" And he goes, "I'm not selling cars here."
You're cool in a way that you don't need to shout it from the rooftops.
That's kind, but it's also probably a bad marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Anyway, my question was, what qualifies you as a perfect person to give perfect advice today?
Do you see these burns?
Are you doing slam poetry right now?
Do you see these scars?
Yeah.
Do you see these wrinkles
The
and
Joker.
this weather?
Yeah.
Do you see the way I look and act as a person?
Yeah.
I fucking lived,
Yes.
baby. I've
Yeah.
lived 17. You don't get sober because it was a fun idea. You know? You've lived through some shit.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to a place with no DUIs, no jail time.
Wow.
Extended jail time. And I feel like because of that, and I meditate, I am a perfect person.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that a lot. I do have questions about sobriety
Okay.
that maybe we'll get to it a little bit later in the
All right,
show.
whatever. It's your show, man.
But for,
I'm just here to be on it.
thanks, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
Well, let's get to the calls here because the phone's ringing off the damn hook. All right, here we got a call. Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where we're perfect and we're going to teach you how. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
My name is Libby. I'm calling from Southern Indiana.
Ooh.
Libby from Southern Indy.
Love Southern Indiana.
You're here with Kelsey Darragh,
Hi,
freelance sidekick.
Hi, Kelsey.
So excited. So excited.
I can't
for this.
believe you guys answered. I feel like I'm going to freak out. I'm panicking. This is crazy.
Well,
Don't
lucky for
freak
you,
out.
I
Yeah.
wrote a book about panic attacks. So what I'm going to need you to do is just take a breath through your nose.
Plug the book.
out through your mouth.
Now, Libby, what is your problem that you're calling that you need solving about today?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, here's my problem. So I had this job that I really, really, really hated.
Mm.
And I finally quit. I put in my 2 weeks. I
Yay.
finished my 2 weeks. I have a new job now.
Yay.
But my old boss is pregnant, and she was like, she invited me to her baby shower, but I fucking hate her. So I don't think I want to go. But I don't want to be mean either.
Yeah, you're trying to
Libby.
diss your pregnant ex-boss.
Yeah.
Well, okay, listen. She was so mean to me.
Oh.
And I just don't want to go be her friend and go give her a present with my own money.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't know how to say no. Do I just ghost her and not show up?
This is an open and shut case.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need to fucking owe this person
No.
anything.
Also, I would even take this opportunity, especially on her big day,
Yeah.
to tell her how big of a bitch she is. I would honestly write a card that you hand make, so you don't spend any of your coin. I agree.
Yeah,
And tell her just how you feel.
this is why I had you on the show.
You owe her nothing. And you know what? Some people need to be told they're a bitch in
Yeah.
order to change.
I'm very pro confrontation.
Ooh.
And it's hard because she's pregnant.
Well, are we going to give her that pass?
Look, bitch, I know you're here to celebrate your little baby.
How many? She had babies before. Is this the first one?
No, this is her first baby. And
Fuck
that's
it.
why I'm like, maybe I should go to support her. I don't know.
No,
But,
you don't need to
you know,
support
I-
people that don't care for you. She's also,
Yeah.
she's plotting you down because she wants a fucking new crib
Gift,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, she wants that sweet, sweet gift.
God, she could never get a crib from me.
Yeah.
No.
Could you go and get like cake and some free champagne and
Show up
see
with
some
a Tupperware?
pals? Like,
Yeah.
would you have a good time? Do you have a reason to be there beyond the boss?
Well, you know, all of my other coworkers who are actually pretty nice and fine to be
Oh.
around are going to be there. That was like the only reason I thought about going.
Mm.
Is because, you know, the people who I did really like are going to be there, but like the star of the show is a person that I do not like.
You know what?
Yeah,
Go and don't bring a gift.
100%.
Go and don't fucking bring. That would be the best power move.
And here's the other question. What is the level of salary of, what's the job you had?
Oh, God. So I don't work there anymore, but it was a really boring call center job.
Mm?
You don't need to get her a gift.
No.
Because she's your supervisor?
Yeah. Boss.
Yeah, she was my supervisor.
She's a fat cat. Fucking
She's pregnant, Miles. Don't
she's
call her that.
guzzling down cash at this place, and she's fucking shitting on you. Go to this thing, show up with a Tupperware and a Camelback. Fill it
Yes.
with
Vodka,
jam vodka.
like I did at Disneyland for many years.
There we go. And we're gonna get into the sobriety,
Oh my
but
Honestly, if you think it would be fun, like sometimes there's baby showers where there's fun events and games and prizes even. If it's going to be like that and there's good cake, because let me tell you something, Libby, there's nothing fucking better than good cake. When there's good, expensive
That is
cake,
true.
like worth whatever
yeah.
you need to do to get that cake.
Yeah.
So if it's going to be good, fun cake with your friends.
Or charcuterie.
Ooh, we love a charcuterie.
If there's a charcut there,
Ooh, yes.
I'm going carte blanche, not bringing a gift.
And if she says anything about the gift,
Yeah.
tell her it's Amazon on its way.
Yeah. I sent it via Amazon.
Yeah. And then when it never shows up, and if she has the audacity to follow up, just be like, call Jeff.
Just be like, oh, hang
Jeff
on.
Bezos.
Hang on. Sorry. I think it's in the mail. Middle finger.
Yes.
Photo of you giving the middle finger.
Oh, God, Libby, I'm seeing this now as an opportunity.
Yeah, this is a huge people that are rude to their underlings
deserve it.
Need to be out.
Yes.
They need to be done. You get to freeze them out. You don't have to give this person anything. Yeah. They've taken your time, but I would go. If I'm you, I'm going to hang out with my coworkers
and eat cake.
Yeah.
That's true, because I do miss my coworkers. Like, I've been working at my new job for a couple of weeks now, and I worked there for like 3 whole years. So it's like I was close with those people. So I might just go.
Yeah. What were you selling, if I may be so bold?
Well, it wasn't selling anything. I guess I can explain it. Like, basically, we helped people who went to the hospital and didn't have health insurance get on Medicaid. So we just help people get Medicaid.
Oh,
Got
interesting.
It. This woman's fucking big pharma for all I care.
No, Medicaid can be, it could be a dicey biz where you are switching people over to Medicaid. So fuck her, truly.
Yeah, she sucks ass. And you should fucking egg her house.
She's trying to scam the elderly. So that's what I heard.
Oh, see, people always thought we were scamming them because, like, I guess whenever we call from a call center, they think it's like a scam. Like, it shows up as like spam likely on their phone. So people always cuss me out for trying to.
No one wants that person to call.
No, they don't want to hear the call. But and what would she do to you? She's just yelling at you. She's freaking out, being mean.
Well, I guess the thing is she's very like, oh God, I don't know how to explain it. She's just very straightforward and very like, you're doing this fucking wrong. Like, you are doing it wrong, and this is how you need to do it.
Wrong?
See, now, there we go.
A little victim blaming, but just wondering.
Kelsey, victim blaming on the show?
I'm a straightforward
Kelsey
person.
exposed as a victim blamer.
If I say it, it's not exactly exposing. I exposed myself, all right? And that sounds like I showed you my pussy, and that's not what happened.
Kelsey exposed herself on the podcast.
That's the headline.
That's the title.
I'm telling you guys, it's just her attitude was very shitty constantly. She was never in a very good mood. She'd always bitch at you. Never the best.
Okay.
What a nightmare. Yeah. So this is an open and shut one.
Yeah.
I would say go to the party, pick up some free cake. Don't give her a gift. She sucks.
Put a curse on the baby.
Sounds like a plan.
Put a curse on the baby. Thanks so much for calling in,
Thanks, Libby.
You have a fantastic day.
Quickly, congratulations on your baby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
You'll have a great baby shower, right?
We're having a baby rager. We're not having a baby shower. We're just having a big fucking party.
Whatever.
Oh my God, that sounds like the best.
Sorry. That's something that I said, expecting you to fully be like, oh, that's really cute. Well, you know why? No. Let me finish.
I had follow-up questions.
You're like all counterculture. Oh, I don't like the traditional nuclear family. And then the second I'm doing something cool with the nuclear family, you're like, oh.
I had follow-up questions. And I didn't want to extend the segment. So I just said, whatever. And I figured we'd get to it. I would like to know what a baby rager is.
Let me tell you about a baby rager, Libby.
Okay. Whatever it is, I want to be there.
Yeah, there you go.
So the baby rager is, me and Sarah were like, we're having a baby.
Yep.
And we were just like, what's a baby showers can feel so performative because it's like, oh, all of a sudden we're like acting like these people that we've never been and we never will be. And it's like, what, I'm going to wear a fucking crisp blue collared shirt and like eat a cucumber sandwich? No, gross.
Those are gross.
Well, easy. So our idea was, we have these big parties at our house. We're always having them big like dinner parties and stuff. And so we're like, let's just have a big late night party. Everyone will get fucked up and enjoy themselves. And you know, it's going to be great. And Sarah is like, Sarah can't party obviously because she has the thing, but she's like that. She loves
the thing.
She loves to be a part of that environment, and so we're doing a big like wild party. We're gonna have people dressed up as babies.
That's where I was going. Are people gonna be on Molly sucking on pacifiers?
100%.
Okay. Now I understand the rager part of this baby party.
The rager part.
Yeah, fuck a shower.
So that's what it is, Libby. Anyway, thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Libby.
Thank you. All right. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, Libby.
Wow, that was so fun.
Yeah, and you were worried no one was going to call in.
I didn't say that. I just couldn't believe there was a line. There was a queue.
Look, yeah, literally. These are all people that have that have just called in. 123, 123. I told you the show was doing well.
I didn't believe it. I just can't. I don't understand this technology. I'm fascinated.
Here we go. Welcome to the show. Hello and welcome. We are perfect. Kelsey took a sip of LaCroix and she's ready to answer your question.
As a perfect person does.
What's your name and where you're calling from?
Oh my God. God, did I actually get through?
You did.
No, this is a pre-recorded recording.
Psych. This is actually a pre-recorded message.
Voicemail.
No, I'm just kidding. But thanks for calling in. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, so I'm calling from Cambridge in the UK.
Oh my God, a royal friend of the pod.
When Kelsey's offended you minute one with her accent.
I love the
it's
UK.
all good. I'm American and somehow in the UK.
Oh,
Copy
there
that.
we go. And what's your name?
I'm Catherine. Hi.
Catherine. It's lovely to chat with you. What are you calling in about, Catherine?
All right, so I just joined this kink app, right? You guys have probably heard of it, Field.
Of course.
This is my first time, though, dating multiple people. And I need advice on how the hell to separate that, like, monogamous, like, I don't know, it's habit. I think it's just a habit that, like, I start dating somebody, I'm like, cool, I'm dating somebody. Maybe I'll go on a few other dates with other people, but I'm not necessarily going to screw them. How do you balance dating multiple people and not, like, feeling bad about their feelings?
You called at the right time because Kelsey is sort of the resident expert on polyamory.
This is why I called for this podcast.
Oh my God. I literally took out my gum.
Ew. What'd you put it on the couch?
No, I put it on my LaCroix. I took out my gum because I'm so, this is music to my giant ears. Are you me, Catherine? Because literally everything you just said. I'm newly single, so I blew my load very quickly on
Good for you.
getting back in the game. And
Right.
it is a full-time job to be dating again and out there with multiple people.
Especially if you've got an axe to grind.
Well, I got lots of weapons.
There you go. And I actually have some questions too.
Yeah.
And this is sort of a general question. Okay, so I was when I was like living in New York before I met Sarah, et cetera, dating lots of different people.
Oh, you whore.
Right?
Love it.
And so was Sarah, my goodness.
Ethical slut.
We're both ethical sluts.
Love
But
that.
my question is,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
obviously, like I know that this has sort of a cut and dry answer, but I am curious what your thoughts are on it. And I'm mostly asking Kelsey, not you, because on the phone, because I don't know you as well.
You called in.
Okay, so all right, and she's stretching. You're being like, all right, I'm in this polyamorous world. This is my lifestyle.
Well, poly is a very different situation. Polyamorous usually is a definition of people that believe you can be in love with multiple people at once and want to combine relationships.
You're right.
Ethical non-monogamy is usually people that are more into open situations, but poly people really, they don't like to have any boundaries or rules in terms of like, there's no control involved, right? So it's a lot of like, you're your own person coming here and we love, and it's different from polygamy, which is multi-loved relationship is singularly.
Now, so what would you describe yourself as?
E&M. Ethically non-monogamous.
Ethically non-monog.
Yes.
So I've always found that in order for something like this to work, there has to be like an LLC level of communication.
Oh, yeah.
Which feels totally exhausting.
Oh,
and also like to me, like that's the part that's fascinating.
I'm gonna read you a text I literally had to send to one of my people that I'm dating earlier. I said, honestly, I'm having quite the realization that for as much as I am an over-communicative Leo, Gemini that I am and typically pride myself on being, I'm realizing that after the breakup, I'm learning how to be okay with not having to take care of someone or worry about, rather taking solace in my own nothingness. And it's leaking over into a lot of dates, relationships. And I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing yet, or just to not judge it. And it just is what it is. So that was my way of saying to that person, like,
and so you'd say you're casually dating, right?
that like you need to set up expectations for what they should expect, because what happens is I find people and you get that what we call NRE, new relationship energy.
Yeah, sure.
It's very exciting. It's very saucy. And we're like, ooh, all caught up. Then we realize we've stayed up till like 3 a.m. all weeknights and you got 0 good sleep. Your pussy hurts. You got to get some boric acid. If you're in the kink community, you're literally bruised and beaten. It's like, there are things that you have to go, oh my God, I need a shared GCal. I need a calendar where I can schedule
that's
these
where
things
like
out.
this feels like so much effort for like such little return to me. And I get that, and obviously I know people who are enjoying this happily.
Yes.
But to me, it's always just been like, wow, you're like running a marathon in order to just get a tiny bit of littles.
Yes.
And so I would say, Catherine, to answer your question with a billion questions that we just asked each other, it seems like. Yeah, it seems like in order to not be concerned with hurting, you were worried about hurting other people's feelings as you're sort of dating and this stuff like that. Easy.
if you are honest and you deliver it with love, even if you're saying something that could be hurtful, right? Like in your instance, if you were just upfront and said, hey, I'm really discovering myself and my truth and I'm having a lot of fun and I think you're so fun and I would love to keep dating you.
Right.
If they take that and go, wow, fuck you. You're really leading me on there. I was having fun.
Sure.
That's not your responsibility. If someone's hurt by you saying your authentic truth, not your job.
So there we go. So now let me unparcel here.
Okay.
Because I think that makes way more sense. Okay. Because you've at first it's not your responsibility to take care of the people's feelings. Yeah. But with the caveat of you have to be honest.
Oh, if you're toying with someone,
well, there you go.
You're an asshole. But I don't live that way. I don't play games, baby. When you hit your 30s, you just speak your truth. You're come here. I like this many fingers, and this is what I'm looking for up front.
And you should put that in your bio, Catherine.
And that would help.
This many fingers.
Oh, yeah, that would really help. I think it's just that, like, so currently I'm seeing like a guy who's in an open relationship. I'm talking to another couple of couples and people who are in open relationships. And then there's this one guy who's single. And that's like what is confusing to me because I'm like, I love that I have these boundaries with all these other people and it's great. And so then it's like, okay, how do I quite tell this? Like I'm obviously communicating with him because my one rule is always be honest.
Yep.
Now that I understand Kelsey's manifesto, it's a little easier to give advice.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're into that world, you just have to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
And then I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
If you're as honest as possible, then you do not need to take care of other people's feelings. Well, Catherine, I hope that helps. I hope this has been helpful to you. Yeah, it seems like honestly that helps.
It does help. It does help a lot.
That helps me reframe some of it.
Because
it's like, obviously there's so much communication happening in order for everything to be like above board.
Exactly.
And everyone to not hate each other.
Yes.
But it's like, if you're being fully, frankly honest, then you're probably going to be, fine.
Yeah.
Catherine, thanks so much for calling in. Get out there and get a little.
She's getting a lot.
Already am. Thank you so much.
I love Catherine.
Thanks for calling in, Catherine.
Catherine, date me if you want to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Call Kelsey. Her number is 52.
Okay. You just hung up on her. That's so fucked up. She was
saying goodbye.
She sounded hot.
You have enough.
Okay. I do. I'm literally texting bitches. I'm so tired.
You're texting bitches? Kelsey's texting bitches on the pod.
Not on the pod. I read you my text.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
But I also did like a text she sent back.
Yeah. You're someone who feels a lot.
And guess what?
Now I can see that from the text you sent to this person.
That's how I live my truth is I don't like to lie.
Yeah.
I made a no lying policy a few years ago.
No lying.
I just stopped lying.
Yeah. Were you lying a lot before?
No, I was withholding, which felt like a form of lying.
Interesting. Because I'm sort of team, like, I'm not lying to anyone ever, but I think that people aren't necessarily asking for my unfiltered opinion all the time.
Oh. Well, I think that also has something to do with being a tall, decently looking white guy versus me, where I can just be like, bitch.
Oh, I certainly can't be like bitch.
No.
And in fact, I think that it's like more helpful for me to sometimes withhold because obviously I am who I am and my voice is deeper but it goes farther even if it's just a little, you know what I mean?
It's theatrical projection. I understand.
Yeah.
No. I think
a small note for me can feel bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you're taller.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you're talking down to me no matter if you try or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get why you sit so much.
I do sit often, honestly, and I slouch, and it's fucking horrible.
No, you don't. And it's okay. Posture has less to do with chronic back pain than we know. But you're going to have to read my book. I start crying. You're going to have to read my next book to find out more about that, Miles. Even as my friend, I won't tell you.
Yeah. Workbook for being sad. That's what it's called, right? What's it called?
No, that was my first one. This one's workbook for being in pain.
Okay. I have been in pain recently.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a mess.
And
I feel much closer to you, Zach and Garrett, because I'm like, wow, their life sucks.
Yeah.
And now I'm like feeling just a taste of what that is.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, I think about it all the time.
And
it's just the brain. That's just annoying.
It's the amount of space it takes up in your brain. And as you prepare for a baby to come into this world, I want you to have extra things and precautions and therapies and places and outlets because pain is biopsychosocial, baby, every single time, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. Biopsychosocial.
That
means that it's electrical. It's
biological. Psychological. Social.
Biopsychosocial.
Biopsychosocial.
I'm actually a biopsychosocial social.
I'm a biopsychosocial.
How do I identify?
Sexual.
Well, I'm biopsychosocial.
Yeah, no, I get it. A BBS.
Anyway, let's take another call here.
So fun.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming.
A little call. Let's get a caller in.
Here we go. What the hell is up? You are live on the show. Actually, I hung up on that person. What is up? Hello and welcome to Perfect Person. You're on the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh my God. I'm Nikki. I'm from Ohio.
Nikki from Ohio, the Sunshine State. I'm here with Kelsey Darragh, freelance sidekick. Yeah, barely. And what is your problem that you are calling about today that you need help with?
I have been living with my best friend and her girlfriend for about 2 years, and I live there with my fiance, so it's 4 of us in the apartment.
Wow.
And we're at a point now where the girlfriend wants to move to somewhere. She doesn't even know where to go to art school.
Oh,
and I don't know I don't know how to tell my best friend and her partner, like, hey, I kind of want to move out. Like, I kind of want to separate so y'all can do your thing. So yeah, that's the gist of it.
So you have to do a roommate breakup. And just to clarify, there are 4 people living in your apartment.
My best friend, her girlfriend.
Oh, her girlfriend.
Me, and my fiance.
Got it. Cool.
Yes.
I was unclear where the fiance fit in.
Yeah, I also thought you said Beyonce, and I was
Beyonce.
like, what a great way to refer to your partner. And
Beyonce's
my Beyonce.
Beyonce's living in an apartment in Ohio with 3 roommates.
Or just like a name for your hottie other.
Hey, Beyonce, can you just clear up your lunch? Like, I think that you made
Beyonce, do the dishes, bitch.
So you're trying to do a roommate breakup.
You want to break up with your best friend as a roommate? Are you sure that's what you want? Or you want to break up with the girlfriend who's indecisive?
Wow, Kelsey hang on, let me just pause right there. Kelsey just put so much emotional baggage on your girlfriend. Well, it seems like she's indecisive, so you should probably break up.
No, her girlfriend, the roommate's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because you said that so interestingly, the way you were like, the girlfriend wants to go to art school and Lonnie fucking die. She doesn't even know what she wants.
Well, here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
I do see both sides of it, because my fiance is in grad school right now, and he started when they started dating and eventually moved in together. So moved in with us basically. And she kind of put art school on hold for her girlfriend to finish cosmetology school. My best friend has not dated anyone this long ever, and I'm super happy for them.
Yeah.
But I kind of just want it to be me and my partner at this point.
Hundo P.
Yeah,
so I moved in with my wife, Sarah, but then girlfriend. Moved in with my girlfriend, Sarah, at the time, and she was living with our best friend, Kendall. And we, all 3 of us lived together, and we got engaged, we got married, continued.
The throuple.
Yeah, people definitely, our neighbors definitely thought we were a throuple. But, and Kendall just was our roommate even after we were married, and it was kind of great and lovely. And now Kendall moved out, and Sarah and I get to live together. And it's really great to live just with me and Sarah. I really love it. I enjoy it. I get that feeling. And I think that, are you worried that your best friend's going to be mad at you?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, but kind of a lot of it is the financial situation for both of them, because I make the most money in the house right now.
Yeah, you
do. And
you perfect person.
Getting that cash.
Get that bag. Coin.
Get that bag. Wrong sound effect. Hang on.
I'm waiting for a soundboard.
There it is.
Thing.
Get that bag.
Yeah, sure. Pretty princess. All right. Love that. So you're worried that you're putting her in a predicament by moving out?
Yes, both of them. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, how much is your rent?
That's a personal question.
Fuck.
But this person doesn't have
Okay, so we live in like bougie white suburbia. So like the only reason we can afford this apartment is because there's 4 people living there.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like $1,600.
A room or total?
It sounds like.
Total.
And
total.
everyone pays
Man, LA shit.
$400
LA
a
shit.
month.
LA shit has me so warped.
So
I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, 1,600
$100 a room is a lot.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
But basically, she'd be going from paying they'd both be going from paying $400 to $800 if they wanted to stay there, which is technically doubling their rent. And you're worried that would be financial burden, some for them, and your friend might be mad at you.
I don't think you need to worry about this at all. I think you need to tell them, hit the road.
Jack.
I fell in love.
You have the best excuse.
Yeah,
you have a fiance.
You got a fiance? Milk that.
Yeah, you're like, we've
been engaged for 4 years though.
Oh,
so like we don't even have.
Well, no.
My best friend is the maid of honor.
Then you know what?
Also,
because you have another even better excuse. We're saving up for a wedding.
Yeah.
We want to finally. We've been engaged for 4 years. We want to finally take that next big step. And what makes the most sense is playing house.
Yeah.
And we can't play house with you and your girlfriend. She's got to go to art school. You guys got to live out your lesbian dreams as a cosmetology artist,
right.
which is basically an artist of the face.
Yeah.
And I think she will fully understand that.
Say that word for word to her. And
just play this back for her.
play this back. But also, you can't be counting on other people who are not ready for you to spread your wings and fly.
Yeah. Honestly, she's
That's
your best
the
friend.
thing. Like I want all of us to spread our wings.
You gotta
Like,
spread. And
I'm an empath. I'm an empath. So like I want everyone to succeed, but I don't want any
Are
trouble.
you a Cancer by chance?
Here we go.
Kelsey?
Are you? I'm just
Yes.
curious. You are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, I knew it. And what's your best friend?
She's also a Cancer. We were born exactly a week apart.
See, this matters, Miles.
Okay, yeah.
You can scoff and gawk and
No,
hawk
I'm not
and
scoffing
laugh.
and cocking.
But-
I just want a translation for if anyone in the room doesn't know what that entails or implies.
I knew she was Cancer because of the way she explained it, the way she talked about her friend. My best friend is a Cancer.
Yeah.
I used to live with her.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend at the time moved in. They got engaged and then they moved out. So
Classic
I'm actually
Classic Capricorn.
No, he is a Aquarius. But I had what you're trying to do with your best friend happen to me.
Oh, really?
And I had to figure out, do I want to still live in the place that we were living in as a weird throuple, or did I want to go get my own place? And I had to go and get my own place. And you know what? I was really okay. It was an inconvenience. It was kind of annoying because my best friend got, in my mind, stolen, taken away from me. But it wasn't the truth. It was really like, this is the growing pains of life, baby.
That's right.
But if they're both Cancers, what that means is it's going to be an emotional conversation.
You're going to have to sit down with a little hot chocolate.
A little hot jockey.
And say, girl, I love you. But we are spreading our wings and we are flying away.
Yeah.
Amen.
Preach.
You need to tell your best friend, hey, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm moving out.
Yes, I am. I will be going somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm not going anywhere.
We're still going to hang.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend's going to do my cosmetology.
No, her best friend
Her
is
best friend.
Honestly, frame it as a positive.
Yeah.
This is so good for both of us. You're getting cereal with your girlfriend. I'm obviously engaged, you pood. I got to go get married soon.
I'm the king of spinging positive, by the way. If you got any, it's positive reinforcement. I love it when you do this. I love it when you do that. Don't tell me you don't like something.
No, don't say I don't want to fucking live with you anymore. Be like, I love living with you so much. I want your
gonna
girlfriend.
move out. I love living with you so much that I'm moving out.
That's what I told her.
Oh,
That's
well, how'd she take it?
I'm like, well, okay, we didn't have like the actual conversation. We kind of like touched on it a little
totally
bit.
A Cancer moment.
And because she's a licensed cosmetologist, right? I'm a licensed social worker. So like we're both licensed
You know how
under
to have
like
a
state
combo.
boards.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, my license does not have as much reciprocity as yours. So
big word for Elmo.
like if y'all go out of Ohio, probably not happening.
Yeah.
Can you wait until the girlfriend decides to go to art school and use that as the excuse if you're worried?
Yeah, I mean, she's like going to college fairs right now. Like she's in the process of picking a school.
I don't need you to apologize for fucking crushing it out there.
Yeah.
You don't need to wait for anybody.
Yeah.
You need to say, hey, look, I love you,
This is
baby.
what I'm doing.
This is what I'm doing, bitch.
I can't wait to hear what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you get my fucking way, I'll knock you the hell out.
What the fuck are you doing with your life?
You cosmetologist.
You coming at me?
Go look at cosmetics for all I care.
Go beat a face.
You go beat a face. But I really you don't need to ask permission. Just do this and just be like, hey, look, I love you. And also I think if you sit down, you're social workers, you're probably going to be good at this stuff. But if you sit down with someone and you are acting like you're going to have a big fucking conversation, it's going to feel weightier than if you're like, hey, I just have been thinking and I love Olivia, but I think we're going to probably start looking for our own place.
Yes, make it a decision.
Casuify it. And then it's going to be easier for you to do.
Yeah. And be on board.
Yeah.
Have a plan, right? Don't just float it by her and be like, do you think this is a good idea? Because I do that with my best friend. I'm like, should we, shouldn't we?
No.
Just make the decision with your fiance. You guys be confident in it. And like Miles said, just say, this is what we're doing. And we're probably going to have this much time left. And you know, if you guys want to find replacement roomies, that's totally a millennial thing that people do now. Gen Z, if you're younger. And then I love you and I'll support you.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
We crushed that.
We crushed this and
your problems are solved.
Your problems are solved.
You're fixed.
Welcome to perfection. And thanks for calling in. You have a fantastic day.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Does that play when you hang up?
What do you mean?
Does the sound effect play in the podcast?
Yeah.
Great. Make that a sound effect. And anytime you want someone to stop talking, you just play.
I just play it, and they think I hung up, and I'm like, no, I'm still here.
No,
I'm just hitting the sound effect.
I just don't agree with you.
We're going to take one final call here.
Oh my God, excited.
Kelsey.
Wow, Miles.
This is going to be a big one.
This is the biggest one.
The biggest one.
Here it comes.
Hello, darling. Thanks for calling in.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Hi, how are you? What's your name and where you calling from? You're here with Miles Bunson. You're the dog.
Wow.
And Kelsey Darragh.
Hi. My name is Audrey. I'm from North Carolina.
Audrey from North Carolina.
Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Twist around your head. Spin like a helicopter.
Audrey, how's it going? I know an Audrey from North Carolina. Are you her? Do we know each other?
Probably. I don't know. You're from North Carolina, right?
I am. Yeah. What part of North Carolina are you from?
I'm from Asheville.
Oh, love me. Love me some Asheville.
The Wedge Brewery much?
The weird artists.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina in the hills.
Yeah, the river artists.
The Hillsborough section.
Wait, what? I'm from Hillsborough County, Florida.
You don't think? Are we related? I'm from Durham. I grew up.
What's your dad's name? 1, 2, 3, go.
Dad. What's your dad's name? I'm from Hillsborough/Durham, but I love Asheville. Anyway, what are you calling about that you need help with?
What was your name again?
Audrey.
Okay, Audrey, thank you.
Okay, so sorry if you hear my dogs barking in the background.
We love dogs.
No worries.
But yeah, so my boyfriend and I, he goes to Chapel Hill, by the way. We're all like North Carolina people.
Let's go Hills! That's where I went.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to UNC Chapel Hill.
Oh. You don't look good in baby blue.
Sorry, I'm going to just, right before you get started, Kelsey just really, that was unnecessary.
I read you to filth. I read you to filth.
And I have a blue collared shirt that's baby blue that Sarah couldn't hate more.
Okay.
Go ahead, Audrey.
Yeah. So we've been together for almost 4 years now. And yeah, and we're not planning on like getting engaged anytime soon. But in the past couple of weeks, we've been having this really petty argument about our last names. Because I'm a big feminist.
Amen.
And like I really want to be able to publish things and like have a professional career with my name. But and he gets that. Like but it's really important.
He better get that.
He better.
Yes, for sure he does. And it's really important for him to like share a last name. So he's not like asking me to take his. He wants to create a new one.
Oh, okay. Actually, Audrey,
Wow.
so this is interesting here. And
That took a twist.
We got a twist. Because if you're coming up with a new name, it could be anything. Charizard.
Fucking
Pork. Audrey Pork
Frankenstein. Yeah.
So, so the question is
that legal?
It's important for Audrey Frank Porkenstein?
No, is it legal to make up a new last name together?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Don't fucking yell at me.
Kelsey doesn't know anything about names. She doesn't know anything.
Is Kelsey even my name?
So here's the thing. My wife did take my last name, but I want to explain the story.
Oh,
I did not ask her to take my last name.
Okay.
Because my mom did not have the same last name as my dad.
Oh.
I never
Whose did you take?
What do you mean?
Your dad's?
Yeah, I took my dad's.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, hey,
you didn't have a choice.
Patriarchy.
Yeah. Oh.
But no, I chose my last name. But so my mom didn't have the same last name as my dad. They were both teachers, so they were like Mr. and Mrs., And so I grew up with that not being the norm. I didn't think it appropriate to ask Sarah to take my last name. That being said, she was like, I'd like to take your last name. And I at first I was like, hey, let's just think about this, really let it marinate for a while. And eventually she was just like, yes, it's important to me. I know you're not asking me to, but I would like us to have the same name. And she did. I think that is kind of how these conversations should go. Unless you're like, it'd be nice for us to have the same last name and you come up with a new name. What's that?
It sounds like she could also be really, I don't want to speak for you, Audrey, so tell me if I'm off here. Mm-hmm. It sounds like, is your last name important to you?
Oh, yeah, if it's important to you.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't love my last name, as in like it's not like super cool.
Yeah.
But it is kind of important to me. And so another thing is that I was adopted and I had a last name beforehand. And so he was like, well, why don't we change it to that? Because that's significant. It's not like something that's just random or whatever. But it's also like not, it's not like taking either of our last names right now. And I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Well, no, he would technically be taking yours. I mean, in a weird way, you do have the power there.
In a weird way. Yeah. That's how to lean in.
Do you like that last name?
I do. I really like it. It means mountain peak or moon in Chinese, which is like really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Really cool. But he also like, I would actually hyphenate, like I would hyphenate both of our last names and it would be totally fine. But he's like, hyphenating is such a problem. But I'm like,
do you have long last names?
Yeah.
No, it would be 3 syllables. It wouldn't be.
Yours Bonsignor.
My last name is Bonsignore. Sarah's maiden name was Peterson.
It would be way shorter than Bonsignore.
Oh, then there you go.
Oh.
A hyphen's not a bad idea. I'll say that names are very personal and
nobody else gives a fuck.
No one else.
No one.
Yeah, no.
Nobody's thinking about it except you two.
No one's worried about it. And also, I'll say that with Sarah, one thing that like obviously, even though I didn't ask her to change her name and she ended up changing her name, I was kind of like being like, I'm always going to call you Pizzi or Peterson because that's how I fell in love with you. Like I'm not trying to erase your
identity.
Your identity. And she definitely had feelings of just like, is this right? And is this, and she went through her own internal struggle, but it's like a name. It's like, she's always going to be Sarah Peterson to me.
Yeah.
What's on a like legal document? And I guess, really where it comes together is our kids' last name and stuff like that. But it's complicated and it's sensitive. And I think that like, it's a conversation that has to be had with a lot of empathy, and especially if you're both changing your name, that puts you on an even playing field a little bit. But it's hard. It's really hard to change your name. So I'd say like you just have to communicate your needs. The idea of taking your other name,
your OG,
your OG name is kind of cool. I kind of like that, and I feel like that's kind of an homage.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, and another thing that a couple at my college did, and they're really awesome. Like they're like 70 years old and they've, loved each other for so long. For their, like, one of their wedding anniversaries, he took her maiden name, one of his middle names.
Oh, if he really
cute.
wanted to show his love, he would have taken it as his last name. But, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
Kelsey's always looking for
right.
the bronze lining.
I'm sorry. I'm just out. I'm single for the first time in 5 years. I'm like, my standards are high. If he's not taking my last name, I don't want it.
Really?
Fuck off. Truly. Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse
If
it.
he's not taking my last name,
No, I'm also never getting married, so it's a fun game to play.
No, this is like that's not your
This is a
vibe.
hypothetical.
Yeah, this is all hypothetical.
I love my last name, and it means a lot to me because I'm the last one. Like my sister most likely would change her name,
Sure.
but either way, I'm the youngest, so it's like I'm the last Darragh girl ever.
Last Darragh.
Yeah, and I will be passing that on any way I can, even if it's to my dogs.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of coming up with your own. How would the people around you feel about that? And do you give a fuck if the people around you are like, I'm not calling you by this new last name?
Oh, that would be crazy.
I could see a family being that way.
Yeah,
family, I guess.
that's the thing. I think I do care just because, like, why else would you have a last name if it's not connected to your family in some way? Like, that doesn't make much sense. So, I don't know. If it was up to me, I would really like to hyphenate.
It is up to you, baby.
It is up to you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Hyphenate that bitch up.
So
Well, and if I was your therapist, and obviously we've said this before, but we're better in therapists because we know lots of shit about all types of shit, not just therapy.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's a breakthrough.
Oh.
wrong sound effect again.
What? You're wondering how I got to this breakthrough? Let me tell you.
Let me tell you how I got to this breakthrough.
That was a breakthrough. You said exactly what you wanted. You said, if it were up to me.
Yeah. And
Guess
it
what?
is up to you.
You get to tell your husband or your future husband, hey, this is what I want. And if it's important to you, I'd like you to have a think on it and a sleep on it. Mm-hmm. And if you can't come to an agreement, then you hit him in the nuts and run.
No, nah.
Okay.
What's my name?
I loved the harmony.
What's my name?
What's my name?
So it seems like you got to hyphenate or you got to procreate.
I don't think we're going to do that.
That is not what you meant. And it barely rhymed. It barely rhymed.
Just the create part.
You couldn't think of anything else.
Nope. But yeah, it seems like you got to hyphenate and you got to tell your husband to fucking suck it up.
Yep. You've done enough for, this world.
We want to tell you that you are enough.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And also to clarify, we are very young. We will not be getting married anytime soon.
Oh, well, so yeah.
Oh,
Who
there you
knows?
go.
You can change your mind.
Yeah, don't even worry about this.
Yeah, honestly, you shouldn't have called.
You shouldn't have called. But no, I'm just kidding. But you don't lock yourself into something too that he's going to be like, oh, well, you said, just be like, I'm still in flux, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a flower during spring.
Yeah.
By summer, I'll be brown. By fall, I'll be brown. By winter, I'll be dead.
Who's doing slam poetry now? Okay, Rupi Knau or whatever her name is. Rupi Kaur.
Did you just name check a slam poet?
She's not a slam poet. She's a poet. You know who Rupi is, don't you, Milk and her honey?
Oh, yeah, I do. I love that poem.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Kelsey, there's a poem I heard recently that I feel like you would like.
Oh, go on.
It was this girl on TikTok and she was reading it. And it's called Pretty Pretty Bird, I think. Or it's like the Pretty Pretty Bird feather.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And then there's also a girl that someone stitched it with where it's a blind girl feeling a bird. And she's like, pretty bird, but it's dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Kelsey. Anyway, Audrey, thank you so much for calling.
Glad we solved your problem.
Glad we solved your problem.
We did it.
And get out there and know that you rule.
What's my name?
What's my name? Noyama.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was very empowering. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Call us to be empowered. 1-800-CALL-ME.
Is that it?
Nope.
Okay.
Take it easy and you have a fantastic day.
Asheville.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Great baked goods in Asheville.
Man, they're great baked goods.
Yeah, I fucks with Asheville.
As well as a baked goods.
Hey, they get
Talking about that sweet weed.
And they do a lot of blowing glass.
Are you California sober?
Yes. Why did you say it that way?
I don't know.
It just came out?
Brain injury.
Yeah, I'm California sober.
Got it.
Which some people don't like.
I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah, I'm not like fucking slam and smack.
Yeah. I saw you take 10 edibles when you walked in.
THC scares me.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. It does not. My cannabinoid receptors said no thank you.
Yeah. They said nope.
No.
I'm all good.
By Jordan Peele.
Yeah. Sorry. Took me a second to really catch
It's
up.
late.
It's late. It's not. There's just no
It's
windows in here.
2:20.
Yeah, it's 2:20. It does feel like it's late. Anyway, we that brings us to the final segment of the show. This is a segment we like to call Get Real. Kelsey, this is a segment where we just sort of posit some realness. And we just kind of get deep into ourselves. Oh my God. You're like, so what are you doing over there whispering?
Cinnamon rolls.
Now, do you want a fresh cinnamon roll on a Saturday morning? Pillsbury Doughboy's new munchy morning rolls with extra sauce.
You turned into a drag queen at the end.
Now, Kelsey,
Miles.
you're somebody who lives her life outside.
Very sweaty often. Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you live your life in public.
Yes, my organs on the outside of my body.
On social media.
Yep.
You're putting out your thoughts. You're putting out your
out.
wins, your losses.
Yeah,
Okay, don't say you put out. You're putting out all the info. And I wanted to ask you, do you think that social media is good for our brains?
Miles. Ooh, we had a key change there. Miles. I think connection is good for the brain. And what does social media allow for, if not connection?
Yeah.
Maybe it's to a fast fashion company. Maybe it's to a new hot food fad.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's good and bad. Now I'm slaying poetry.
Now you're slamming.
Yeah. It's good and bad, right?
Yeah.
What is good?
You didn't really get an answer there, but
I think it's for the brain.
it's for the brain. I guess to me, I see it's very brave what you do. You put out your I mean that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not fucking with you. You put out it's like I would feel you put out your shit whether it's like you're dealing with a thought mid-thought. It's on fucking TikTok.
You're right.
And I just think that that's very interesting and I think commendable. I would be too scared, I think, to do that because I'm like, I don't even know what this thought is yet, but I've seen you, you put out a thought and then 10 seconds later you're like, I don't know. Yeah.
I think I will say this. I curate my social media to be healthy for the brain.
Okay.
Because I think I need my goggles on to say this. I think you can put your shit out there and it not be received well. You can get beat down. You can try to make a connection. You get lost. You go down rabbit holes. You become a conspiracy theorist. You sell all your shit. You move on a boat. You become a fucking right winger. We don't know. Like, it happens. But you are the author of your own timeline. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
I think it can be good for the brain if you do a really, really good job of curating it to be.
Right. And so you're saying that even though your feed might feel like it is emergent, it is curated to a point.
What did you mean by emergent? That was a good word, but I didn't understand its context.
Like sometimes I feel like with your TikToks, it is, you're like, I'm dealing with this thought right now. And I'm saying that even though it feels that way, you're like, no, I'm crafting it through a lens that's.
And I've been practicing saying I could be wrong, but
right, you're and that is also commendable.
I'm not good at it yet, so don't fucking point it out if I'm wrong. I'd like to still think I'm right. I said I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're a work in progress.
Thank you. An art piece in progress.
An art piece in progress. Well, Kelsey, this has been an absolute blast.
This was so fun.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
What a hot pod.
What a hot pod.
It's so popular.
Guys,
it is. 100,000 people called
They
in.
did not.
I saw the number.
But it was a lot.
It was 100,000.
It was 100,000. And thank you for doing the show. I really appreciate it. As always, you can find Kelsey on her podcast, Confidently Insecure.
Which Miles you'll be on.
I'm psyched for it.
Yeah.
We're doing that right after
It'll
this.
be on tomorrow.
I'm curious what you're going to ask me.
Oh, you should be. Yeah, babe, do you have an audience name for these people yet?
The Perfectionists.
The Perfectionists, let me tell you, you're about to hear the wildest shit you've never heard from Miles ever. God. You're going to hear takes he wouldn't even think of. Hot, on the spot, goss on Confidently Insecure.
On the spot, goss.
Oh.
And next week for everybody, we have some very exciting announcements.
What?
That I can't get into, but just stay tuned because next week's episode, I got some fun shit that's coming out.
Do I know what it is? It is exciting.
I think
it is. Yeah.
It's I'm stoked for it.
Good job, buddy.
All right, everybody, get out there and know that being a perfectionist means never having to say you're sorry. That's not true. That's not true. Say sorry to everybody. Bye.